The car you trusted as clean, smart, and engineered to perfection was lying to you from the very first ignition. What if I told you one of the most respected car brands in the world secretly cheated the system, fooled governments, and sold millions of vehicles based on a lie hidden inside a few lines of code? Welcome back to Zero to Billion, where we decode the real stories behind power, money, and influence. Today, we're diving into one of the darkest chapters in corporate history, the Volkswagen emissions scandal, a story of ambition, pressure, deception, and a global fallout that changed the auto industry forever. Volkswagen was not just a car company. It was a symbol of German engineering, precision, and trust. Founded with the idea of creating a people's car, Volkswagen grew into a global empire with brands like Audi, Porsche, Bentley, and Lamborghini under its control. By the early 2000s, Volkswagen had one obsession: becoming the #1 car maker in the world, beating Toyota at any cost. In the United States, diesel was seen as dirty, slow, and outdated. Volkswagen wanted to change that image. They marketed their diesel cars as clean, eco-friendly, and powerful. Ads promised low emissions, great mileage, and environmental responsibility. For American consumers, it sounded like the perfect combination of performance and conscience. But behind closed doors, engineers faced a brutal reality. The diesel engines could not meet strict U.S. emission standards while delivering the power and fuel efficiency Volkswagen promised. Fixing the engines properly would cost billions and delay product launches. Management wanted results, not excuses. Deadlines were tight. Pressure was extreme. Somewhere between corporate ambition and engineering limits, a dangerous decision was made. Instead of fixing the problem, Volkswagen chose to hide it. Engineers developed a defeat device, a piece of software secretly installed in diesel cars. This software could detect when the car was being tested in a laboratory. During emissions tests, the car would switch into a clean mode, reducing nitrogen oxide emissions to legal levels. But the moment the test ended and the car hit the real road, the software turned off emission controls. On highways and city streets, these cars were emitting up to 40 times the legal pollution limit. For years, no one noticed. Volkswagen sold more than 11 million diesel vehicles worldwide using this software. The company proudly claimed to be leading the green revolution. Awards were won. Sales skyrocketed. Executives celebrated. The brand's image grew stronger. The truth began to crack in 2014 when a small research team from West Virginia University conducted real-world emission tests. They expected minor differences. What they found shocked them. Volkswagen diesel cars were massively exceeding legal emission limits during normal driving. At first, Volkswagen denied everything. They blamed technical issues, road conditions, and testing errors. Regulators pushed harder. Data kept exposing the same pattern. Finally, under intense pressure from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, Volkswagen admitted the truth in 2015. The announcement exploded like a bomb. Volkswagen stock crashed almost overnight. Billions in market value disappeared. Trust collapsed instantly. Governments launched investigations. Lawsuits flooded in from customers, environmental groups, and regulators around the world. The CEO resigned. Senior executives were fired. Some were arrested. Volkswagen was forced to pay over $30 billion in fines, settlements, and compensation. Cars were recalled. Diesel vehicles were banned or restricted in multiple cities. The brand that once represented clean engineering became a symbol of corporate fraud. But the real damage went beyond money. This scandal changed how the world viewed big corporations. It exposed how far companies might go under pressure to dominate markets. It forced regulators to tighten testing rules globally. The entire auto industry was pushed toward electric vehicles faster than ever before. Volkswagen survived, but it was never the same. The company shifted aggressively into electric cars, trying to rebuild its image and future. From scandal to survival, Volkswagen became a case study taught in business schools worldwide, not for innovation but for deception. This is the dark side of ambition. When winning becomes more important than integrity, even the most powerful empires can fall overnight. If you want more real stories about how brands rise, fall, and fight their way back in a world driven by money and power, this is Zero to Billion. Subscribe, stay curious, and remember, behind every billion-dollar brand, there is a story they don't want you to know.